Hello everybody, welcome back to another day at Blue Jay Acres, where I am showing you everything that we're eating, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how we're feeding our family on a tight budget. My name is Noelle. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like what you see, give a big thumbs up and stick around and subscribe. Okay, so let's just jump in. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Here is breakfast. All right, so this morning we are gonna do sausage biscuits for breakfast. I have 1 pound of sausage left. So I'm just gonna cut this and pop it in the oven, and then we'll make the biscuits. I also have my cast iron skillet preheating in a 400-degree oven. Okay, we're gonna see how these biscuits turn out. I had to mix some buttermilk a little bit and a little bit of coconut milk and water. We'll see what happens here. All right, I'm just gonna make a small batch. I'm gonna start with 2 cups of flour. To that, I'm gonna add some baking powder. It's probably about a tablespoon. And some salt, probably about a teaspoon. And sift this together. To that, I'm going to add some lard. This is lard that we got from the pig in August. I'm also going to add some butter. Then with my hands, I'm just going to get in and break this up a little bit. And the lard, I'm definitely going to kind of just mush in, but the butter, I want to leave in some big chunks. Not too big, but big enough that you taste the butter and get little flakes of butter in it. Some people use stuff to cut in the butter and all of that. I honestly just find using your hands works just so much better. I've used all that stuff. Once you get this mixed in, you don't want great big pieces of lard either. I'll mix that in a little bit better. Okay, then to that I'm going to add a cup of milk, and this is my mixture. It is a mix of coconut milk, a tiny bit of the buttermilk that we made the other day, and some water. And that's it. So we'll see how that turns out. I've never made biscuits with the coconut milk before. We'll let Charles taste test, and we won't even tell him that I used a different milk, and see what he thinks. So now I'm gonna dump some flour. So the secret to the best biscuits is to not overwork it, but you also want to roll it and fold it, because it gives all these great layers, and it really is just the best way to do biscuits. But you want to do it as little as possible. So I do it 3 times. So that was 1. That is 2. I'll do it 1 more. And I just kind of turn it. That is 3, and now I'm gonna roll it and cut it. And you want to leave them a little bit thick. And you also want to just go straight down and pull up, don't twist. But if you can look at that and see, there's all kind of little layers in the biscuits. And then we'll have one teeny little biscuit. So we just pop in the middle. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out my cast iron skillet that has been heated. And I'm just going to add some butter to this. And my biscuits. And I'm going to pop this back in the oven. And they take about 10 minutes, maybe 15. So I have this bag of triple berry mix. And I want to kind of use it up. So I think I'm going to make a pie tonight for dessert. So I'm going to do like I did the other day. I'm going to take a chunk of this berries and I'm going to add some sugar. See, they're just in a great big chunk. And I'm just going to add some sugar and let those kind of they've been in my freezer for a long time. Alright, so I just ran them under a little bit of water, just kind of help break them all up. I'm going to add some sugar for right now to them. And then we'll add some cornstarch a little bit later. But I want them to just sit in the sugar for a while today. Alright. Can't really mix it yet because it's still pretty frozen. So I'm just going to let these sit on the counter, like I said, all day. Okay, so something new that I kind of started doing and I like a lot is to add a little salt to the butter that I am about to put on the top of the biscuits because they are just about done. So I'm going to pull them out and now it's like a better salted butter. And the sausage is also done. So now while this is super hot, I'm going to go on and melt it, or add this melted butter over the top. And homemade biscuits do just look this way. You get some that are picture perfect and some that are, you know, a little bit wanky looking, but they're perfect. So I'm going to take one of the biscuits, and as you can see, they're just perfect. Add some sausage, and that's it. Sausage biscuits for breakfast. Alright, Charles is going to do a quick taste test.
That's very good.
So I think they're the best biscuits I've ever made.
Flaky and buttery.
I had to use coconut milk in them instead of regular milk. I was very nervous, but I think they turned out the best I've ever made.
Wonderful.
Very good. Alright, it is 11:30. I'm going to start some rice in a rice cooker because I'm going to make a fried rice for dinner tonight. So I'm going to let that cook and then it'll cool off and be ready tonight when we do dinner. Alright, so I was going to wait on the pie until tonight, but honestly, look at this mess I've got. So I'd rather go on and just go on and make the pie now. Well, I've got all this mess, so I don't got to clean it up twice. So I'm going to go on and turn this front burner on high, and I'm going to add the berries and the sugar here. We're just going to go on and cook it up. Real quick, I'm going to add some cornstarch as well to just kind of thicken it up as it cooks down a little bit. And we're going to add this to our pie crust, and then we'll bake it up. I'm going to add the cornstarch. See if that's enough. I'm going to turn that heat down a little bit. While that's going, I'm going to go on and make the pie crust real quick. I have some ice water right here, getting nice and cold. I've got my pie pan right here, ready to go. So I'm just going to start with a couple cups of flour. Sorry, not sugar. I need to refill my flour bucket. Then I'm just going to add some salt. And I'm going to add some lard. I'm just going to cut that in with my fingers, just like with biscuits. But I'm not doing butter, I'm just doing lard for the pie crust. You could do a mix of both. But I prefer just lard for pie crust. Okay, now I'm going to add cold water. And I'll just mix it with my hands. It's probably good enough. Alright, had to refill my flour bucket. So I'm going to flour this pretty good. Because I think I got a hair bit too much water in. Push some of that flour aside for later. I want to flour this really good. Okay. I'm dividing the flour dough into two. I'm just going to kind of roll it on here because, like I said, I got a hair bit too much. Water. Turn it here. If I had pie weights, I would use pie weights when I put this in the oven, but I don't have any pie weights. So I'm just gonna poke some holes in the bottom. And I did spray my pan down, or my dish. Now I'm just going to poke it, and I'm going to pre-bake the bottom while we roll out the top just for a few minutes. And now I'll make the top dough.
What are you making?
A pie. That's pie dough. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah, not the best to just eat, is it? It's not like bread dough.
What type of pie are you making?
Trickled berries. It's raspberry, blackberry, and blueberry.
What was the second one?
Raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So now with this, I'm going to add a little bit more cornstarch, because that is not going to be thick enough. I'm also going to do a little taste and see if I need more sugar. I do not. That is pretty perfect. So I'm going to turn that up just a hair. Little hearts. And I'm just going to cut a couple little hearts out. To kind of be on the pie. We'll see. Hopefully that'll be kind of center. Probably not. So I'll put a couple more in. Why not? Just stir this so it doesn't stick to the bottom really bad. I think that's it. So I'm going to take this off the heat for a minute. Then I'm grabbing out my bottom pie crust here, because it's done. Yeah, I'm going to fill it with all these good berries. My top is going to sink in a little bit because I guess I could have added even more berries, but that's all right. Not everything is going to be always picture perfect. Ooh, I had the flour burning there. All right. My little holes kind of. It's all good. Next, I'm going to go through and just kind of push on the pie. crust. It's not gonna be beautiful. And this, I'm just gonna add a little bit right there. A bit right there. Okay. And then I have these little hearts I'm going to put back on. At least some of them. Then I'm going to beat 1 egg with a little bit of water. And just kind of brush it on the top. I guess some of my hearts are moving. And then last, I have this little bit of sprinkles here, little red ones. I'm going to just sprinkle a few of those on here. And we'll see how this turns out. It's definitely going to look homemade. Okay, so it never fails when I make a pie at bubble over. So I like to line a baking dish with aluminum foil and then put my pie on top of it. Now I'm going to go on and bake this, and you know, it's just going to look very homemade. There's nothing wrong with that. And now it's cleaning time, as you can see. So I will see you guys after I get my kitchen put back in order. Alright, so lunch today is going to be this pork chops. I know that looks kind of yellow. That's just that chicken broth when you use that chicken bouillon. But they are going to heat up this, there's 3 pork chops in here. And I know Charles and I won't eat. We're going to be at therapy with Luke. And so that's really just Kate and Ronnie going to eat this. We are stuffed from the biscuits still. But they'll get hungry while we're gone. So here is a little bit of that citrus salad left. A little bit of beets and carrots left. And some sweet potato left. So that's what they're going to eat while we're gone. And Charles and I just won't do lunch. And we will do dinner tonight. Alright, so here is the pie out of the oven. As you see, it's spilt over. And actually I was in the middle of getting ready and Kate said, I think your pie is done. So there's the pie. Okay, you guys, those biscuits were so good. I cannot even believe how good they were. I'm probably gonna make them that way from now on. The coconut milk made them so soft and they were just so good. There's just the tiniest bit of the buttermilk left because Luke had used it to make some crepes the other day. So they're just a tiny bit left. And I added the coconut milk to it, and I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. That was so good. Also, real quick, answering one of the comments, which is a question I'm sure a lot of you have. And that is, am I cooking for 4 people, 6 people, 8 people? Who am I cooking for? So when I shop and I'm grocery shopping, I am buying for all 6 of us. And when the girls are home, I'm buying for 8 of us. And then when I cook dinner though, breakfast, honestly, Theo eats that with us as well, but he's 4, so he doesn't eat much. Although bacon, he eats a lot of bacon when we make bacon. Like today, he ate sausage and biscuits. But when we do dinner, he's not big on the meats. So he does sausage, he does bacon, like the breakfast meats. He doesn't really do any of the dinner meats, which is why I always keep some of the chicken tenders on hand for him that I showed you guys the other day, because he'll eat that. But he does eat the sides that we make. And then as far as Luke goes, Luke, he does not eat. There's pancakes. If we do pancakes, he'll eat pancakes. If we do blueberry muffins, sometimes he'll pick at those. But he doesn't eat what everybody else eats. And if you're new, Luke is my son who is 10 and autistic. So, but we include all of his food into our grocery budget, except for his Little Caesar pizza that we buy him once a week. So, that being said, I cook technically for 4. But Theo picks at whatever he wants. And then I try to make enough though to feed 6. 1, it's just habit, that's how I cook. 2, it's also just going to make that I have leftovers the next day, and I love having leftovers for lunch. Plus, if somebody is really hungry, or Theo really does eat like a full serving of something, then I know everybody got fed and everybody's going to bed with a good full belly. So I'd rather have too much than too little. So I always cook at least for 6. And lunch is so much easier when it's leftovers. And there's typically only 2 or 3 people eat lunch, aside from Theo and Luke. I mean, as far as me, Charles, Kate, and Ronnie, typically only 2 to 3 of us eat lunch because we eat late breakfast. And not everybody's always hungry every day for lunch. A lot of times they just wait until dinner. All right, guys, I will be back and show you dinner as soon as I get home tonight. I just tried to get things a little bit prepped and ready because dinner needs to be just super fast and easy because we don't get home till after 5 tonight. So I'll be back and show you that in just a few minutes. All right, guys, we are back, and now I'm just gonna do cutting up a few vegetables. I've got this sausage here, and I made the rice. I'm just gonna put together like a fried rice. This is the last of the peas that we grew in our garden. I'm gonna add those. And like I said, chop some of this up real quick. So I'm gonna add a little bit of cabbage. So what people are missing during this month of not really going to the grocery, what people are missing is Kate, fruit, Ronnie misses salad, Charles, he said he kind of misses the easy grab snack stuff, such as like some kind of a bar, he loves those sweet and salty bars or fruit bar or nut bars, that kind of thing. You know, if I don't make it, we don't have it. It's kind of where we are right now, which I think we're all really adjusting to that. And again, the biggest thing everybody besides Charles that they miss are the fresh produce. So we will be going definitely for the fresh produce. I was asked, one of the questions was, do I have an idea of what I'm doing with my budget next month, and what am I going to allow for this or that? And I told you guys, I think on a different video, that I've kind of got it figured out. I'm going to pretty much do $40 on meats for the week, and then I'm going to do $40 on produce for the week, and then that leaves me $20 for dairy, and then $25 for whatever else is needed. So, and the dairy is either almond milk or regular milk, whatever I need, just, you know, from that area. I'm just gonna put all this in here so I can saute it all together. And then the 25 is for things that are on sale, or if I need something specific for Luke or Dio, I've got that to go on. And that's just a ballpark, you know, a guess of how I want to divvy it up. I'm not going to go in and be super strict with it, but that's where I'm trying to keep it pretty much. So we have lots of fresh produce. Basically, it is focusing on meats and produce is the main things that I'm going to focus on. As far as baking items and grains, I have plenty here at the house in my long-term storage. I've shown you guys that. But if I didn't, then, or if I start to run low on something over the next year, then that would also come out of that, like $25. And I won't need as much on produce once our gardens come in. So then some of that will go to other stuff that we need as well. But for right now, there's nothing to be grown. Like, I won't have to buy all the salad mix once my stuff in the spring starts coming up and we get all of our salad mix out there. Then I won't need any salad. And we eat a lot of salad. So once I get all the vegetables cut, this should come together pretty fast. It is a crazy cold day today. So just want to be done cooking and just kind of cuddle up, watch a show. One of my favorite YouTubers is Frugal Fit Mom. I watch her a lot. I also like Kayla Chandler. I watch her a lot. She follows a paleo type way of eating, and she just has a lot of good ideas and good recipes. And we would love the Hollers, and we love the Stivers Homestead. That's about all we watch. Yes, honey? That's about all we watch on YouTube. And then we're finishing up a series called Krypton. We're kind of geeky like that. We like the sci-fi stuff. I'm just gonna cut this like this. Alright, so here I'm just going to start heating up some oil, some olive oil. I'm going to let that heat up. Alright, so we're going to start with all these veggies. I've got the cabbage, I got the green beans, the peas, the carrot, the onion. I had it all just going here together. I also got 3 eggs here beaten, ready to go when the time comes. I'm going to start with just cooking this. I'm going to add just a little salt just to help it sweat, but not much because I'm going to add soy sauce and some sesame oil to this. So I don't want it to be overly salty. There's a little bit of salt. And of course, you always need pepper. Pepper and smoked paprika are by far my favorite spices. I don't know, I like turmeric a lot too. We put that in our coffee every morning. It's really good. You just add a little bit to your coffee ground before you make your coffee, and it's really good. Cardamom and cinnamon are really good in coffee grounds too. That makes a really nice fall type coffee. I'm going to add the meat because I want this cabbage and everything to have that meat flavor of the sausage. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce now. I'm leaving the vegetables a little bit crunchy. I'm going to do this because I kind of like them a little crunchy in the fried rice. And I'm just going to mix this out in here. Then we're going to add our rice. Hopefully you get a big enough pan. Okay, now I'm going to add more soy sauce. And I'm going to add some sesame oil, just toasted sesame oil. A little goes a long way with that. Then just give it a little taste, make sure you don't need anything. Just a tiny bit more, I think, soy sauce. Alright, so here it is. Super, super crazy simple dinner. A fried rice and a pie for dessert. We'll cut into that in a minute as well. Alright, so Charles is going to try the pie and the fried rice for you. Alright, here he is.
Man, I just gotta say, this is a hard job to have.
Somebody thought maybe you got fired. Because I didn't let you taste us yesterday.
Nah.
So I never made it with the smoked sausage before. We normally make it with shrimp or chicken. But I think it turned out good like that. What do you think?
I actually like that.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you kind of the same texture as if you're eating shrimp. but a weirdly different flavor that's good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'll turn out really good.
Yeah, very
I will definitely make it again.
No, very good.
All right, save room for the pie. I know, the hardships. What did you say my pie looked like? Like little alien eyes?
Like,
So your hearts turned into alien eyes.
The cutouts from the hearts.
If you guys...
Yeah, they look like little alien eyes. That's really good. And no, I'm not a big one on the seeds because they get stuck in my teeth.
A berry pie, but he likes the flavor.
But the flavor is awesome.
Luke is listening to crazy stuff. All right, we're gonna go eat dinner because I'm
That is
ready
really good.
to relax. It's been a long week. All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap it up tonight because it has been a long week. Thank goodness it's Friday. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful Friday and can just enjoy it. I will see all of you tomorrow for another What We're Eating and spend the time in the kitchen with me. Bye everybody, have a great day or night wherever you are.